Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
And between the risk and the target, that's where the playbook comes in. How are you going to get from point A to point B? Here's a playbook of things I like to do, and I will get better into this later in the conversation. I love to think of myself as a jack of all trades. I worked on trading floors for 21 years, many of those years with my three brothers, and I promise you, if they heard me say that, they'd say a master of none. Well, actually, there was one thing that I was always told I was the best at on any trading floor I was ever at, and that was actually risk management. Other traders from other firms, traders in my own firm, including Mo, Larry, and Curly, my brothers there, not their real names, but close enough, they would always say that people should follow my techniques for risk management. Otherwise, I was just an average trader, I would say, for a floor trader. So, we have our credit spreads. We do want to sell naked puts at certain times. I love doing directional trades. I love that we can do credit spreads, buy in condos, perhaps on the indexes as part of cash flow. Maybe conservatively generate close to a 10% return a month. With the indexes, you're generally going to be in the range of 4 to 6% on each side, adding up to, well, it's more like, 4.5%, adding up to 9, 10, 11, 12% a month. You'll double your account. But it all comes down to risk management. We all know that if we let one of our losing credit spreads go against us, it will really go against us. So, other strategies, selling naked puts. Well, the directional options trades, I'll just rough this out very quickly. In my focus list, which I'll show you later, I have more affordable stocks. Things like the Walmarts, and putting Disney back in there, and Johnson & Johnson. They're expensive, but they're not like Amazon and Google. They're $1,000, $100, $1,300. The more expensive stocks, it's too expensive to directionally trade the options. You need to use the debit spreads. Rather than do covered calls, which is basically as far as my core holdings go, core holdings down here, hold stocks over longer terms and IRAs, etc., etc. That works out great, but you can build your wealth using calendar spreads. And then two things I mentioned earlier, Forex and futures. So I will make sure before the end of this session I quickly show you a beginning of a detailed trading plan. Know what you're willing to risk. Have a target what you want to make, because you're not going to hit that price, that level, if you don't know what you're trying to make. It doesn't work to just say, okay, I'll only risk this much, but I have no idea what I'm going to make. No, figure out what you're hoping to make and get a trading plan in place that lets you get to that point with your playbook. What other futures ticker symbols do you use besides ES and DXY? Well, I will actually take one document up that I wasn't planning on getting, but I'll bring it up right now. In my trading plan, oops, here it is. In my trading plan, in my daily trading routine, I'm checking the market. I'm looking at the S&P index. I'm looking at the NASDAQ index. I don't look at the Dow that much. I'm looking at the Russell 2000. Well, the top two are two of my favorite trading products. ES and NQ are simply the symbols for the ES S&P mini futures, NQ NASDAQ mini futures. I got away from trading the Russell 2000 futures because about 10 years ago they took it away from the retail-based Chicago Mercantile Exchange and moved it to the institutionally oriented ICE Exchange, ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. I was trying to trade Russell 2000 futures with the Intercontinental Exchange, and they couldn't deny me the right to do it, but they wanted exorbitant fees for me to have the right to trade them, so I boycotted them. They just recently brought it back to the CME. But /ES /NQ mini futures. There's oil, gold, and silver. They're three very liquid commodities. So my trading day, when it turns to the futures, I'm just trying to find maybe the top 2 or 3 trends out of those 5 products on any given day and just going to see what I can grab. What can I take from them? The currencies, there's 6 currencies. And again, we'll have time later to really show this